I just want to keep this open because game one was such a tough loss for Cleveland with the Jayar Smith play, the charge block call reversal, George Hill, thank you, ooey pooey.
George Harrison.
Indiana University, Purdue University of Indianapolis.
And Jayar Hill.
And Jayar Hill. And Tristan Thompson getting ejected, shoving the basketball in Draymond's face. Awesome. Everything that occurred, you could say even in the final minute. What do you guys think happens in game two? What do you foresee happening?
Two technicals in the first half.
From the on the Cavs.
On anyone, they're gonna call
like double technicals.
No,
right.
So yeah. 2 double techs will be called.
Okay.
When one guy from the tip, somebody's gonna go like over like a dunk, or somebody's gonna stand over someone, or someone's just gonna flinch one way and be like, oh. Because now, you know what they're being told right now? Oh, this got chippy at the end. We had to kick out Tristan Thompson when he didn't do anything. And then Draymond comes up and taunts, which is fine. Why can't we let adults be adults? Draymond came up and taunted, got what he wanted. Cool.
Totally.
That's great.
Totally
That's
got
what we
what
want to see. This is emotion. This is what we want to see in the NBA. So anyway, all that happened. I was like, okay, league officers, referees, you guys have to tamp this down before a fight breaks out. Calm down, let them play, but they're not gonna do that. We're gonna have technicals all over the place to set the tone for this game, to make sure this doesn't get out of hand because these huge black guys are gonna kill each other. You know that black on black violence goes. It's just there's this fear that somehow, for some reason, the NBA is gonna turn into a brawl in the streets. Calm down, let them play, but we're not gonna do that.
So who's taking it?
The series?
Game two.
Next game two.
Two.
I still Golden State.
Golden State.
I hate to say it, but like, cause I think losing the way that Cleveland lost, they're still gonna be reeling slightly.
Really?
And they're gonna come out with such emotion to get back, it's gonna be a bit depleting, I think.
You know who they should turn to?
They're gonna look good at first, but I don't know.
You know who they should turn to? Jordan Clarkson.
No.
I'm kidding.
I think actually I really
Watch, he's gonna be the hero. Just because he said
What did I tell you prior to the series? I'm like, if he could give them 8 or 10, that would be a win. And what did he shoot yesterday? Like 1 for 7? 1 for 8? He was awful. Okay, who do you guys got?
I think the Cavs are gonna take it for game two. Now, we've had this conversation before. I don't think I'm rooting for the Cavs or the underdog. I don't think they're gonna go too far, but I do feel like they're gonna get at least one win, and it's gonna be in game two. I thought it was gonna be game one. I thought that was gonna be theirs, but I think it's gonna be game two. I don't know about the technicals. I think it's gonna be an aggressive game. It's gonna be a very emotional game, and the Cavs are gonna come in very, very hot, wanting it more than ever. Jayar Smith might be a little more on his P's and Q's. George Hill might make every free throw. I don't know exactly like the outcome of the series, but I feel like game two is for sure for the Cavs.
It's the response thing. How are they gonna respond? I don't know.
If they hadn't called that ridiculously strange immediate ejection in the last 2 seconds of the game, we would have had the kind of basketball we want and deserve in game two, which is, okay, I can see the intensity. It hasn't come to a head yet. They're just gonna let them play and call. I mean, what are the T's that have been called so far? The T's that were like at the beginning of one game, Draymond just like gave an extra elbow to Harden.
Yeah, he's at like
and
3
it's
or
like,
4.
all right, you got what you wanted. You did your little thing and everyone saw it. You know, Draymond, go for it. That's happening. Then there was the face claw was an extra shot. I didn't have the sound up, so I didn't know if it was like in game one of this series.
Of the claw that Draymond gave.
The claw,
LeBron
I don't know
when
if
he
they
was
went with like a technical or they went with like
there was no technical.
Yeah, it was a common foul.
Yeah.
But he had an extra. He had the shot with everybody out. I mean that's
I don't know what I recall.
They went to, I think it was a heightened to the face flagrant one or whatever.
Okay, all right. Kudos.
And that's how it should be. And then I had heard throughout the Western or East, I think it was the Western Conference Finals, there were the people doing the commentary that said, this is where I want it. This is the kind of basketball that we want, which is people playing hard, getting physical, but the refs aren't doing that stupid
playoff
crap
basketball.
Where the playoff, because it's the playoffs for the refs too. You hear that all the time. Yeah. They get nervous, and they do. They could have held it. The 2 seconds at the end, that was their Jayar Smith play.
Totally.
Right.
And then we had to wait an extra 10 minutes while they sorted it out.
So
Man,
dumb.
please.
Which is terrible. But wait, who did you take for game two?
I got Golden State in 3. I think Golden State's gonna win by 15 points.
Here's my super last point, and then we'll go. Does it feel like Golden State has left themselves a little not only open to criticism, but they seem like in their own play, we haven't seen this level of inferiority at all with how they played. That was a game they should not have won.
Oh, absolutely.
Correct.
Like the shots that Kevin Durant took were okay because of his size, but they weren't high percentage looks. I thought George Hill played really well, like a Chris Paul-like defensive game, considering the amount of length that he is giving up. Durant was taking bad threes in the third quarter. Steph Curry was missing a lot of shots, a lot of open shots. So just real quick, I'm glad that the intensity is heightened, but I just feel like how we all picked the Warriors to sweep or win in the gentleman's sweep of 5 games, I'm having less and less confidence because of the way that they showed and the way that they played in game 1. Not to necessarily say that like, this is a team that has a track record of sleepwalking early because they know that they're so good. Okay?
Stupid.
But I haven't felt this way about Golden State ever, especially since Kevin Durant arrived, that they feel just a little bit more vulnerable than they have in years past.
And then, I mean, I don't want to keep coming back to it because then there's moments when they do go sleepwalk through a game and they get bailed out. It doesn't happen every time. It's just it's happened a few times now.
Right.
So now there's this expectation after there was 2 strips. George Hill, great strip. LeBron, great strip. Both on KD, who
They were called for fouls.
Was not looking. They were both called fouls. On the back end, obvious hack on the arm wasn't called. And then when something didn't go their way, they're like, what? I was like, you're up by 7, and you were just given this game. Calm down.
Yeah.
So the thing is, they sleepwalk through a game because I think they're resting a little too much on their talent. They're like, we can throw up 3-pointers anytime we want to and score 9 points in 35 seconds. What are we worried about? Now, I think that's in the back of their heads. The reason the Cavaliers had this lead is the effort was so much higher. That's where it's going to be different. The effort is just not there the same for the Warriors.
And that's why it's a debilitating loss. Because LeBron puts up 51. They hustle their asses off defensively. They play good defense on a team that kills you from anywhere on the court, and they still found a way to lose.
Well,
that is a tough one.
Yeah, that's what you have to look at it from as the Cavs is we had this game 1.
Yes.
And we did it on their floor, and we can do it again. And
that's the only thing you can go with. Yeah. I mean, I've told you guys this too. If they're really going to go and review everything, Larry Nance Jr. stepped on the floor in the middle of that whole little.
Him and Kevin Love stepped on the floor.
Kerfuffle.
Both of them stepped on the floor.
Kevin Love as well, right?
Yes.
They cannot do anything. They cannot penalize.
Was it the
them for that.
Suns? What series is that? When
It was the Suns.
The Suns and it was like Western
Suns and the Spurs.
Suns and Spurs, yeah.
Yeah, when Steve Nash got thrown into the scores table.
The same way I believe.
Flopped, by the way. Flopped in the scores table.
Steve Nash was there, by the way, in the time.
I remember that. Yeah.
What? I was like, that's Steve Nash.
He had
and I
his
think
babies like, too much violence, let me get out.
Someone's like, that's Steve Nash. Like, okay, I'm not crazy. But the same way that
Last
I
point.
believe in common sense being able to overturn that bad charge call into the rightful block call, I think that common sense needs to say, I'm not going to go through and letter of the law punish Kevin Love and Larry Nance Jr.
I really hope not. But
They
I mean,
do that so sickening.
if we're sticking with the same,
narrative.
yeah, the way it's always been, that's what they have to do, and I hope they don't though.
Alrighty, enjoy game 2, everyone. We will see you on Monday.